Hello to everyone. I'm sorry for the delay. I'm Eleni Peraki, Directorate of International and Public Relations of University of Crete. I'm here to make a short presentation about our university. The University of Crete, established in 1973. It is a contemporary educational and research institution operating in a wide range of disciplines and fields of research with international presence and recognition. Its first faculty members, renowned scientists who had already enjoyed international recognition, as well as the next generations, paid special attention to creating favorable conditions for the cultivation of research, both within the university and in connection with major research centers and partners. In recent years, within extremely adverse conditions at national and international level, the University of Crete has consistently held important positions in reputable international university ranking organizations. It expands its participation to new ones every year, striving to offer students a modern and creative educational environment. The schools of University of Crete are located in Rethymno and in Heraklion. In campus of Gallos in Rethymnon are located the schools of philosophy with the departments of philology, history and archaeology, philosophy and social studies. The School of Education with the departments of primary education and the department of preschool education. The School of Social Sciences with the departments of sociology, department of economics, of psychology and of political studies. In Voutas campus in Heraklion are located the School of Sciences and Engineering with the departments of Mathematics and Applied Mathematics, of Physics, of Biology, of Chemistry, of Computer Science, and of Materials Science and Technology. Finally, there is the School of Medicine, including the University General Hospital. According to our postgraduate programs, we would like to inform you that the University of Crete offers 54 postgraduate programs that contribute to the promotion of knowledge and research in fields of study offered by University of Crete academic departments. Many are interdepartmental or interinstitutional. Some of them are in Greek language, some of them are in Greek-English language, and some of them are only in English language. Foreign students have the opportunity to have modern Greek language courses during our summer schools. The MA programs encourage an interdisciplinary approach of knowledge and research. They seek extroversion and profit from existing collaborations within not only the Cretan academic system, but also research collaborations of faculty members with other universities and Greek research institutes. During the day, you will have the opportunity to watch in a live webinar the presentation of MA programs that are taught in Greek-English language or in English language only. For example, you will have the opportunity to watch a presentation of MA in molecular basis of human diseases by Professor Dimitris Kardassis, Aquaculture, Environment and Society by Professor Ioannis Karakassis, Vaccines and Prevention of Infectious Diseases by Professor Eleni Dimitriou, in Material Science and Technology by Associate Professor Georgios Kopidakis, and Master's Program in Business Economics by Dr. Kafkalas. At this point, you may ask me why to choose Greece for your studies, and especially why to choose the University of Crete for your studies. To the first question, I will answer that Greece is a very good destination. It is definitely the country with the most influential civilization of ancient times. Contemporary meets the antique. History meets the modernity. Simplicity, beauty and harmony can be found everywhere. Furthermore, visitors and students can experience an ever-social culture, taste cuisine internationally recognized for its deliciousness, visit the sites where the Western civilization was born, walk in the footsteps of ancient Greek philosophers and mathematicians. Greece has a rare academic heritage. Plato, Aristotle, Hippocrates, Pythagoras are some of the most important figures of the Greek and world spirit and culture. To the second question, I would answer that the University of Crete is located on one of the largest and most populous islands. It is the fifth largest island in the Mediterranean Sea, after Sicily, Sardinia, Cyprus and Corsica. There are plenty of reasons which are worth to choose this island for your stay and for your studies. Some of them are its civilization and culture, traditional villages, gastronomy, nature's amazing creations, activities, and finally, its people. In addition to the excellent position of the foundation, the University of Crete is distinguished for the excellence in research and performance of academic staff. It generates and transmits scientific knowledge. It contributes to the advancement of human culture. It makes education and research an attractive and stimulating experience for its students and researchers. It participates as sequel in international academic life of the 21st century by adapting international best practices, encouraging excellence and innovation. It offers also excellent online services in combination to face-to-face support for the students. It has a friendly environment. It is part of the Euraccess service network, and it offers opportunities through Erasmus Plus and other specific educational and exchange agreements for studies and internships. It's worth mentioning at this point the ranking of University of Crete. The 2022 Times Higher Education Impact Rankings was released on 27th of April. THE has produced global performance tables that assess universities against the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, using calibrated indicators for comparison across the four broad areas of research, stewardship, outreach, and teaching. Participating for the first time in 2022 edition, University of Crete is ranked overall 401 to 600 out of 1,524 universities for 110 countries and regions. University of Crete, together with the National and Kapodistrian University of Athens, heads the list of 11 Greek universities included in the 2022 ranking. The University of Crete participated in the ranking of university contributions to 10 of 17 SDGs, with the results you can see in this PowerPoint presentation. Our foundation is particularly proud for the efforts of staff and students in their best practice contributions to the subject of quality education, with Iosif recognized as being among the top 100 institutions globally. Finally, in addition to educational programs, students free of charge training within a friendly environment have the opportunity to socialize through cultural groups and sports activities. For example, they can participate in theater, music, painting, radio groups, etc. And also, and most important, to use specialized structures such as Employment and Career Service, Student Affairs Office, Students' Counseling Center, and all in order to have a very good quality of student life. For any clarification, you can visit the website of the University of Crete. The Office of Student Affairs, the academic departments and the Department of International Relations are in your disposal for any clarification regarding the possibilities of postgraduate studies at our university. Here are the links of the University of Crete, www.uoc.gr, where you can find any information you want about our programs in English language or in Greek English language. Thank you very much for your attention, and I'm sorry again for the delay.
Καλησπέρα, καλώς ήρθατε στην παρουσίαση του μεταπτυχιακού προγράμματος Time MBE. Good afternoon, welcome. Do we have participants, English-speaking participants? Good afternoon and welcome to the presentation of the Master's program of Time MBE, a Master's in Business Economics program. Just checking with the platform here. Everybody listening? You can write in chat if you can listen to me. Okay. I have a response. Great. So welcome. This is a master's program in business economics. It is situated in Crete Rethymno, a very nice city for studies and living. And it is a collaboration of at least 3 institutes, international collaboration, to provide a high quality of master's program in business, focus in innovation, and with a good background in economics. So what we do is that we use the experience of our institution, University of Crete, that has many good professors in economics, Department of Economics, and we have visiting professors from around the world, great institutions around the world, to have high quality lectures, different courses every 1 or 2 weeks. Usually it's a 2 weeks period of a course. So we start with a few courses in economics, we establish a good background in economics, and then we move forward to more business courses, innovation and technology courses. So TIME stands for Technology, Innovation, Management and Entrepreneurship. And the collaboration is University of Crete, where our university is situated. We have a great campus and you can visit here, live here and study here in person. Or we support also Zoom lectures, distance lectures. And the collaboration is with University of Cyprus for Quality Management and Wageningen University from Holland. And we have a great team organizing this master's program. So our purpose is, of course, to have a high quality of studies, but what are you going to do with your program? Do you want to create your own business? Do you want to become an entrepreneur? Do you have a good idea and want to create a startup? Or do you see yourself working for an innovative organization that needs updated skills and edge technology and information? Or do you want to learn how to run a business? So if you want to focus on business or start your own business, this is a great program that has a great variety of issues that you can study, and you can focus on parts that are of greater interest to you. Work on business, work for other great businesses as our alumni does, or you can start your own business, or you can continue even to a doctorate program if you want. So Time MBE is an international intra-university program. It stands from the collaboration of the partners that I mentioned. It is hosted on our part by the Department of Economics at University of Crete. So you can look for our campus, and we have separate facilities to host the Time MBE, and facilities where you can study, print, and work there, some offices. Apart from the main campus, that is a quite good campus, 4,000 or 5,000 students study at University of Crete, together with the undergraduate programs. And our collaboration stands from the universities that I mentioned: University of Crete, University of Cyprus, and Wageningen University, focusing on innovation, management, and entrepreneurship. So our purpose is to provide very high level of business studies by experts in economics, business, and innovation. We have acclaimed experts from distinguished institutions that introduce a new business economics subject every 2 weeks, about 2 weeks, 1 or 2 weeks, usually it's 2 weeks. So you finish one course that has a duration of 1 or 2 weeks, and then you move on to a new course, a new subject that has a standalone course. And the instructors are distinguished professors from around the world. Just to mention, we have, for example, Professor Christos Kolibiris, a professor of entrepreneurship and innovation from Warwick Business School. We have Professor Peter Yanniodis, that is a professor of strategy and entrepreneurship from Palumbo Donahue School of Business in Duquesne University, and he's also an inaugural holder of the Merle Gilliard Professor in Entrepreneurial Finance. We have Professor von Nortas from George Washington University, a professor of economics and international affairs. Professor Paris Kleanthous, Director of MBA programs in Cyprus International Institute of Management. Professor Theodoros Palivos from Athens University of Economics and Business. So every course is taught by a different professor, an acclaimed professor. We invest a lot in the quality of courses, and this gives two main advantages of our program. One advantage is that students, participants can focus on subjects that they are interested in. So from all these subjects, we have people who make a great focus in niche subjects, and they can focus later on their studies or their work. And also they get into knowing these people and getting some connections with the institutions around the world, so they can continue their studies, or they can find work or collaborate with people from all these institutions, and it provides great opportunities for our participants. Our courses, we say that they follow a hybrid system because we have in-class lectures at Rethymno campus, but at the same time we provide the lecture online through Zoom for people who maybe they miss one or two lectures or they cannot participate for a period of time. We support Zoom lectures, and we have a direct connection with the classroom. So it's a virtual classroom. It's a real classroom that also is virtually presented in Zoom, so that students and participants that are in class together with students that are in Zoom, they can communicate freely through speakers and large screens, projectors, and the whole system that is a hybrid system to have real connectivity and real participation of Zoom participants and in-class participants. So this way, we create a hybrid virtual and in-class environment. The lectures take place in the afternoon Greek hours, so it helps people who are working, they are professionals, to follow this program. It's a full-time program, but we help with flexibility for participants who want to have some flexibility because of some obligations. And we also provide, since last year, we have a recording of every session so that participants that want to watch the class later on, they can watch a recording, a safe recording only for participants. And the courses are taught in English because we have an international audience. Applications are accepted from all backgrounds, but we go through an interview, and we are very much interested in the statement of purpose, why you want this program and what you are going to do with this program. We have a small team of participants. They are students, but also professionals who want to attend the whole program or parts of the program. But if you attend only the whole program, you get the master's degree. And the whole tuition is 6,000 euros for the whole program, no hidden fees, nothing else to pay for all your classes and your thesis. It's 1 year of 2 semesters. They are split in 3 modules, but there are 2 semesters of classes and 1 semester for your thesis. So in this time period, you can finish your whole program. For the quality of the program and the material that we provide, we believe that this is a very good price comparing to other programs that either have an MBA title, but they do not provide an economics background, or they cannot provide an international setting of lecturers and participants. So we believe it's a very good quality for the tuition program. And actually, our head of organization in the program is Professor Spiros Stefanou, who is currently head of resources department at the University of Florida. So beyond of the institutions, we have people working with the program that are of very high experience and expertise. And from the part of University of Cyprus, we have Professor Christos Hassapis, who is also working for the Central Bank of Cyprus. And participants from the Wageningen University provide the Dutch know-how in our program. Do you have any questions, or do I just continue with the information here? This is the basic information. I can continue mainly with information about the courses or the demographics of our program. We have students from many countries around the world. I could mention some of our courses. The program starts with courses in quantitative methods, economics, introductory courses in economics and innovation, introductory courses in R&D and in behavioral economics. This is the first module. And then we move on to courses of marketing for innovative firms, financial management, firm performance evaluation, finance and accounting for decision making. So then we have focused courses in specific subjects. For example, Professor Kolimbiris from Warwick University is teaching skills for small firm development. Professor Yanniodis, new technology ventures. They are all very updated courses and what an entrepreneur needs today. You see that we have an international audience, various ages. Some of our participants have work experience, but you don't need to have an experience. Mostly, you need to have the will to use this program either in business or in some purpose that you have in your life. We want to have an active team of participants that are good representatives of our program. We have alumni that works in big businesses like we also have in Google, in some international businesses, in Creta Farms, in PwC, in HAPE, so KPMG. In all of these businesses, our alumni have found positions, and some people have also started their own businesses, or they are working in their family businesses, and they are very happy with the skills they have gained. So we have a very good percentage of participants starting a business. And they are very happy with the prospects gained from our program. So we have 2 more minutes. I would be glad to accept your questions, any clarification. We have our Time MBE webpage. The application is free. You can follow the process online, and you get some feedback there. And we will be happy to have your interest, discuss, and make this opportunity a particular opportunity for you. We work with people. We don't make distinctions. We focus on skills and goodwill. And we focus on people who want to do things with their skills. They're interested in innovation. We live in a world that innovation is changing things faster and faster every day. And we're going to have very big changes in business, in the markets around the world. So just having a degree is not guaranteeing that you have the skills. You need to have skillful lecturers, experienced lecturers that give you actual skills for the needs of the market or for the opportunity to create your own business, your own entrepreneurial activity. Okay, so I'm here for your questions. Okay, so if you don't have any questions, thank you for your time. Thank you for your interest. Don't hesitate to contact us on our email or through the application through our webpage, timembe.eu. Thank you.
The Erasmus Mundus joint master degree in aquaculture, environment and society, which is an English speaking MSc program, which has gone on for a few years now. And it is carried out, coordinated by the University of Crete, but it also includes the University of Highlands and Islands in Oban, Scotland, the University of Nantes in France, and the Rabat University in Netherlands. You all know that aquaculture is probably one of the hopes for next for food production in the increasing human population in the earth, and therefore there is a need to have an efficient and environmental friendly and economically viable food sector, and this is what we have tried to do. So this program is a unique opportunity to study in an internationalized environment in Europe. Students will study in up to 4 centers of European excellence in aquaculture research and learning. So all the universities involved in that and the collaborating research centers have a series of complementarity issues regarding aquaculture in different parts of Europe. And so the students can also gain the practical and theoretical skills needed for a successful career in aquaculture. And also they can participate in internships and industry-led research programs. And of course, they will get a joint master degree. So our ambition is not to train, let's say, efficient technicians, but above that, to educate leaders of the aquaculture industry for the future. And I think this has been, to a large extent, achieved. So the universities involved are the University of Crete, which you have heard in the beginning by Mrs. Peraki. It was established in 1973, but the university, the Department of Biology, which actually carries out this particular MSc project, was started getting students in 1987. And the university is well known for being a research-oriented university. And this is where the students of the ACES Plus program spend their second semester in year one. And some of them get back at the fourth semester to do their MSc thesis. And they are taught here finfish aquaculture, salmonids, cyprinids, tilapia, fish health and welfare, environmental interactions, and so on. And there is a close cooperation with the Hellenic Center for Marine Research, which have very extensive also facilities, experimental facilities for aquaculture in different scales and different ways of using it. Then is SAMS, Scottish Association for Marine Science, and the University of Highlands and Islands. So this is based in Oban, established as the Stephanis Marine Lab in 1884, and delivers international world-class marine research in marine renewable energy, Arctic oceans, dynamic ocean processes, and aquaculture. Students actually start their first semester there, and they get a lot of training on issues related to salmon aquaculture and coastal policy, natural socioeconomic sciences to implement an ecosystem approach, and so on. Then there is the University of Nantes, which actually provides the training on shellfish biology and physiology, like oysters and mussels and so on, and the coastal zone management issues related to shellfish aquaculture. And there is also strong research links with the French Research Institute for Exploration of the Sea, called the IFREMER. And finally, the University of Radboud in Netherlands, which also participates in all different components before. So there's no particular semester spent by all the students there, but some of them go there to finish their thesis. So up to now, we have a series of other colleagues involved, the 26 world-class institutions, industrial partners, and organizations, which are available to host some of our university, or some of our students, or to send tutors. And you can see different parts there in Scotland, in Greece, in France, in Netherlands. These are universities or farms or research centers which are we work with. Then you can see here the overview of what the course looks like. So the students start with Scotland, one semester there. They do everything about salmon farming and environmental interactions of aquaculture. Then they come in Greece and they have the marine fish and environmental impact assessment and fish welfare and so on. And then they go to France and then to have the shellfish biology and husbandry and so on. And at the fourth semester, they go to one of these or to Netherlands to do their research project, which usually is very high quality, and most often than not, it is a publishable thesis. Then this is what they do here: weekly face-to-face skills development sessions, entrepreneurial workshop hosted by the Scottish Institute for Enterprise, organization and delivery of webinars hosted by the Ocean Explorer Center, and so on. And then they do the semester 2 in Crete, and we encourage, and almost all students use that. They use some internship to go to either a fish farm or governance agency or a particular research center. and they in different parts of Europe or outside Europe. Our students are, by the agreement, we are not allowed to get more than 40% of European students. So the idea is that we want a really international population of students. And so far we had 115 students from 9 different countries, including Brazil, Peru, USA, Canada, Philippines, New Zealand, name it. And we have recruited students from target regions in Asia, like India, Bangladesh, and Nepal, Latin America, like Mexico, Brazil, and Colombia, and so on. And 18 of our ACES alumni are now studying for a PhD in different parts of the world, from European countries, in USA, Australia, Brazil, Japan, and so on. 24 have gained employment in the aquaculture industry across the globe, and we are working for government departments. 6 are teaching or going further research, and 2 have established their own aquaculture-based business. And 7 of them have already published their results in peer-reviewed journals. Others are still in the process. Now, regarding the evaluation, it seems that our students are quite happy. I mean, if the question is, how would you recommend this course to others regarding the admission processes, pre-course information, support, administration, academic support, and so on, you can see that all of them are between 86 and 92% satisfaction. So it means that it's quite a good attempt. So I would say that the good thing about this this program is that students have, let's say, exposed to diversity, complementarity, and efficiency. They have diversity in content, in terms of techniques, in terms of farm types, in terms of facilities used, a wide range of issues involved in their studying issues like technology, biology, farmed fish, environment, governance, and so on. They study that in profiles in the industries with different profiles, and also they have a networking with people around the world. And I think this is a quite interesting and fascinating issue for our students. So I will finish here. Thank you very much.
Hello there, I am Helen Dimitriou from the University of Crete Medical School, and I am going to give a bit of information about the postgraduate program on vaccines and prevention of infectious diseases, which run in our university. This program belongs to the Division of Mother and Child Health, and offers training and development of skills in vaccination and prevention of infectious diseases, having as a focus to train specialists, I mean people who have already an experience or a degree in healthcare sciences, in a career for academia or the public sector or the industry. Both in Greece and internationally, of course. Although the program is about vaccines and prevention of infectious diseases, and there are some other programs or summer schools on infectious disease or in vaccines in pediatrics, etc. This is the only one in Balkans and one of the few in South Europe dealing with prevention and vaccines in both children and adults. it is these disciplines that are addressed to undergraduate students, I mean, with a degree equivalent to the Greek corresponding degrees, and having it in nursing or midwifery, in general practice, general practitioners, I mean, medical doctors, anyone having any relation with healthcare sciences. It is a program that, according to the organization, I mean, the structure, the legal structure it functions, has to be currently in Greek, but there is the option for English. It is located in Heraklion, where the medical school of the University of Crete is, and there is an online partial education. It lasts for 3 academic semesters, and each semester consists from 6 modules and some exercises, and there is a 3rd semester where the students attending this program are doing a research work, an original research work, in order to get their diploma. It is a quite tense period, this last semester, but it ends very happily up to now, at least as far as we know. At the end of each module, students have to present a subject in a 10-minute presentation, which is comes after digging in the literature on a subject that's either it's given by the instructor of this module. The program is a full-time one, but it's friendly for and compatible with working people, since it runs twice a week, in the afternoon or early evening. And up to now, almost all of our students are working people with tough work, but they cope very, very well. The program started in 2016, and it runs every other year. This year is active, but it's not going to have applications for the next year. Initially, 2 postgraduate students were accepted, but later on it became in comparison to boutique hotels, a boutique postgraduate program, having 15 students admitted, and there were no runner-ups. The purpose for this was to have a better overview over the students. Its teaching becomes very friendly and very carefully attending each one of the participating students. The applying students are selected according to some qualifications, and they include the degree of their diploma, the undergraduate diploma, letter of recommendation that is asked, and an interview where one could probably see the personality, the motivation, the focus, or more details about the student, if possible. The objective of the program is to give high-quality education both on theory and practice of vaccines and infection prevention, to implement strategies for diseases, the students to be then afterwards able to implement strategies for disease prevention, management crisis, communication with the family and the society in general, interaction with both the community and the healthcare authorities. The training of the postgraduate students for skills in the community and hospital clinical service is a very a focus of the whole program. Also, the service to public health providers and organizations. The vaccination prevention of infection diseases are not related only to the general population, but also they scope to high-risk groups. And there are also training. There is also training for emergency situations such as population movements, epidemics, or disease outbreaks and pandemics. And I hope that it doesn't cross your mind, Ops COVID-19. The program started and runs the same way since 2016, when we didn't have any COVID or pandemic or anything like that. The interaction with society is of the main focus, and the students are trained to the guidelines for this, and they are having exercise, and we hope that they acquire skills and knowledge to cope with situations that are peculiar and necessary in order to prevent infectious diseases. This is part of the curriculum. The main topics are seen here. The development of research methodology, how to get involved into that, and how to work into that is one of the aims. There are principles for prevention of infections, but also practice on that. In the second part, the other module, there is the whole thing is seen from another perspective, the one of the society, history, art, and finance of vaccines and prevention of the diseases, but also physiology, immunology, what else? Epidemiology. They said special issues like virology are involved, and the students that are trained into that and participate. The faculty, the people who teach, belong to the professors from the medical school and other departments of the university, and the rest of the academic staff. Professors from medical schools of other universities, both in Greece and abroad. We are having this platform that allows e-classes, and also physicians or specialists in something, in a specific field, but as a requirement, prerequisite to have a PhD degree, participate as trainers with their expertise and educational background and skills. The steering committee consists of the professors you can see here, and I would like to draw your attention to the fact that participate professors from the program, as it doesn't aim only in pediatric vaccines or pediatric population, but in the general population and in prevention, includes in the steering committee professors of internal medicine and specialists in infectious diseases, also specialists in primary health care and general practice, trying to cover all these fields which end up to prevention of infectious diseases and vaccination of the population. The scientific impact is a major concern. Students work to the direction to get some training on how to do research, primary research, and so far there have been awarded 51 master degrees, thesis, and some of the students have proceeded in, and they are now PhD candidates. We aim to do, our students to do work that is finally able to be presented both in national or international congresses and events, and mainly rather, the ultimate goal is most of them to be published in peer-reviewed journals. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we also provided 5 webinars for the training of the local scientific communities, and these kind of activities are ongoing and continuous. I think that I don't have anything else to say. This is the site of the program. It is under construction, it's going to be improved, but right now you have access and you can have any detailed information you are interested on. And I thank you for your intentional participation.
Director of the graduate program of the medical school, The Molecular Basis of Human Diseases. My co-director is Professor Prodromos Sidiropoulos. He's a professor of rheumatology. So this afternoon, I will present to you very briefly our graduate program. Our graduate program started its operations in 2003, which means that this is the 19th year that we run this program. The objective of the program is to promote translational research by bridging the gap between basic scientists and clinical doctors. Back in 2003, that was the only program in Greece that had this direction. That was one of the first programs for translational research. And of course, the aim of the program is the same, to promote research that could lead to the clinical benefit. So the curriculum is intensive. It is based on the standards of US graduate programs. All our graduate students are full-time in the program. All lectures and exams are in English, and there are no fees. Some innovations of the program. The program, as I already said, combines clinical with basic science in order to investigate the molecular basis and the pathogenesis of human diseases. The program allows its graduate students to do high-quality original research in selected laboratories abroad. That is, we have established collaborations with investigators in Europe or in the US, so that these investigators are members of the program. They come here every year and they give lectures. They stay for 1 week, they give lectures, they participate actively in the program, and they have agreed to accept students in their labs for rotations or for their master's degree. And one of the innovations of our program is that it is regularly evaluated by an external evaluation committee. And we have been doing this external evaluation for many, many years, almost every 5 years. We have done 3 evaluations already. I will come back to this issue later, which is very important for us. So the program in numbers, we have a critical mass. We have 30 faculty members from the University of Crete, and we have 30 members from other institutions in Greece or abroad. We have enrolled since 2003 a total of 195 students, and we have awarded until last year 170 degrees. Master's degree. So the program awards a master's degree in the molecular basis of human diseases. It is a 2-year program, 4 semesters. Again, some numbers, the total number of students enrolled, 195, and from these students, 50 students had an MD degree, which is 26%, and 145 students had a Bachelor of Science degree, 74%. We select our graduate students according to strict academic criteria. We receive applications, approximately 30 to 40 applications per year, and we select 10 to 12 students every year. All of the criteria for the selection are listed in the call for applications that we publish every spring. The advertisement of the program for each academic year is done every spring around March to April, and the interviews are taking place later in the spring around May, mid-May, and the courses start in October, early October. So this is a structure of the program. We have the courses and the graduate lab in the first semester, and we use 2 months from the second semester, and then in the second semester the students do their rotations for almost 4 months, and in the third and the fourth semester the students are doing original research in the labs of the program, and they obtain their Master of Science degree at the end of the second year. Most of our students, approximately 85 to 90%, they continue with a PhD degree either at the University of Crete or at another institution of Greece or abroad. So this is the curriculum. This slide shows the curriculum. In the first semester, we have the courses. All the courses are modular. That is, one course does not overlap with the next course. So one course is finished and the next course starts. And as you can see in this slide, our curriculum is based on diseases. The modules correspond to different diseases. That is, we have a module for metabolic and cardiovascular disease. We have a module for autoimmune diseases, another module on cancer, another module on neuropsychiatric diseases. As you can see, the diseases, the main diseases are the focus of our program. And in the second semester, we have the 2 rotations. And in the third and fourth semester, we have original research and the writing of the thesis. Our faculty are from the University of Crete Medical School, from different departments such as basic sciences, laboratory medicine, internal medicine, neurology, etc. So it is an multi-departmental program. We also have faculty from other departments of the University of Crete and top scientists from other Greek research institutions such as the Institute of Molecular Biology and Biotechnology, the Bioacademy of Athens, the Hellenic Institute, etc. And we also have top scientists from foreign institutions. As you can see in the next slide, this is a list of invited collaborating faculty members from the US, and all these collaborators came during the academic year 2020-2021. They stayed here for approximately 1 week each, and they gave their lectures, and also they gave the exams. And you can see that these collaborators are from New York, they are from Northeastern University, from Temple University, from University of Massachusetts. And every year we also invite a prominent scientist from the pharmaceutical industry. During that year, we had invited Professors Flatten and Zayek from Novartis, just to give our students a flavor of scientific life in the pharmaceutical industry and how you can pursue a career in the pharmaceutical industry. Some of our students have performed a part of their thesis abroad. This is something that we allow and we encourage. And here is a list of students that have performed part of their thesis in the US, in institutions such as Harvard, Temple, University of Massachusetts, New York, Northeastern, etc. So all these labs here have agreed to collaborate with us in the program, and the PIs are the invited scientists that come to the program to give lectures. This is the evaluation committee. The third evaluation committee was done in October 2018, 3.5 years ago. We had done 2 more evaluations previously. The evaluations are positive. I'm not going to spend time reading the evaluations, but these encouraging evaluations give us the strength to continue with the same enthusiasm to pursue our goals, which is to promote translational research and to train students and to provide high quality education in our students. This is some photos from the first retreat that we did back in 2007. So during the retreats that we do regularly, we gather all together and we stay in an isolated place for about 2 or 3 days, and then everybody presents his or her work, and that gives us the opportunity to communicate with each other and develop bonds between us. And also we have invited speakers to that retreats. This is the second retreat. The graduate students, our graduate students, have the opportunity to publish their work in top journals. Shown here in this list, this is a partial list of publications that shows the papers that were published in prestigious journals during the 5-year period, 15 to 20. And these are papers that contain the work of students while they were in our program, while they were master's students, not afterwards. And you can see here that the papers were published in Cell Metabolism, Nature Medicine, Nature Communications, Journal of Clinical Investigation, Metabolism, etc. Also, we keep track of the careers of our alumni, so we have a very good archive of our alumni, and we know where they are and what they are doing. As I already told you, most of our students, most of our graduates continue for a PhD degree, and some of them have had very successful careers and have achieved positions, prestigious positions at universities abroad or in pharmaceutical industry. So here is a list of a short list of selected alumni from our program and the positions that they possess currently in the pharmaceutical industry or in academia, as you can see here. Also, we publish annually a newsletter which is called Aristia, and in this Aristia we publish the activities of the program so that somebody can read this newsletter and have a flavor of what we're doing in the program in terms of science. Also, how is life in the program? We have interviews of students and of new faculty member. And also we keep record of the awards, the distinctions, and all the graduations. So this is like a diary of our program, and all the issues are published in our website, which is shown here. This is the website of our program, www.grad.mbhd.uoc.gr. And if you enter this site, then you can find useful information about the program, about the members, the management of the program, and importantly for interested applicants, important information regarding how to apply for the program and what are the criteria for the selection in this program. So this is the website, the web page, which shows to interested students how to apply. These are the criteria, and this is the platform that an interested applicant needs to use in order to upload his or her documents. So this is the call of application for this year. The deadline was in late April. And these days we're doing the interviews for the new class of 2022, which will start classes in October, early October. And finally, if someone requires more information about our program, can contact our secretary, Mrs. Maria Damaki, and in this slide, which also this information can be found in the website. In the contact button, you can find here contact details, telephone number, email address, etc. So if you need information, you can contact Mrs. Adamaki. I will finish by saying that our program accepts students every year. It is a 2-year program, The application procedure is done every spring. So there is a call of applications in March, and the deadline is around late April, and the interviews are in May, and the new classes start in October. Briefly, that was a brief presentation of our graduate program. More information you can find in the website or by contacting us. And by saying that, I would like to thank you all for attending this webinar, and thank you for your attention.
Materials science, which was more of an art, it was put on a very firm foot with steel production, the aluminum. Another milestone in the 20th century was the nylon production, and silicon after the war had a dominant role as a material. All electronics are based on silicon processing. And now we are going through the advanced materials era. For example, we have organic conductive polymers. There is still research on novel materials, which are very important in nanotechnology. We have photonic materials, metamaterials. So today is the research that will shape the future of technology. So it's all about material synthesis and processing with the aim of final products for specific applications. In order to do that, we have to study atomic scale, structure, composition, and relate to macroscopic properties. So you can imagine material science is a highly interdisciplinary field. Now, if you start with physics and chemistry, you need also mathematics, you need some elements of informatics and computer science and biology, and all this is used for studying materials. So a material scientist or engineer is actually both. Material science is focusing more on research and development of novel materials with improved properties, and engineering focuses more on the product design and the optimization, as well as industrial scale production. So I would dare to say that material science is both science and engineering, and actually it's a field where we practice STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. The good thing, at least in developed economies, is that material sciences are in demand, both for research and industry. And even our undergraduates can find jobs in Greece and abroad in industries related to materials like polymers, metals, biomedical applications, biomaterials. And so if I would like to give you schematically what is material science, what is studying material science, I would put all these basic sciences used together, and undergraduate education combines introductory materials courses, physics, chemistry, mathematics, some elements of biology and computer programming, and then the last couple of years of studies, there is advanced elective material courses that are more specialized. So after this theoretical and hands-on training, one can solve real-life problems related to materials, and contribute in improving quality of life through nanotechnology, biotechnology, information communication technologies, renewable energy, clean environment, and in general with industrial production. So we are not the only department in the world. I mean, there is another 2 departments in Greece, and there is plenty of departments in English-speaking countries. This is a very well-established, independent, interdisciplinary field. So let me give you some data concerning our department, which has the undergraduate program has recently been accredited by the Hellenic Authority for Higher Education, in fact, with very good marks. Since 2001, we have approximately 500 bachelor's degrees awarded. Active students, undergraduates, are around 900. Postgraduate students were admitted for the first time in 2004, and we have awarded more than 100 master's degrees. We have approximately now 35 active graduate students, master students. Our first PhD was awarded in 2008. There's a total of approximately 70 PhD degrees awarded, and we have about 50 active PhD candidates. The department has 20 professors, 5 laboratory teaching personnel, 2 persons for technical and lab assistants, 4 administrative personnel, and we have a few, depending every year on availability, we have a few professors with short-term contracts. So we can say that we grew, and all these people participate also in the master's program in material science and technology. It's the main graduate program of the department, master's program of the department. The target is to create and prepare human resources in this critical and rapidly evolving interdisciplinary field of material science and engineering. We offer training in key areas of research and education of our department. As you can see, it's related, if we want to classify a little bit the different fields, they are related to the materials used, like optoelectronic and magnetic materials, nanoscience and nanotechnology, polymers and colloids, theoretical and computational material science. We have materials chemistry and biomaterials and biomolecules. These fields are by no means rigid, so there is a lot of collaboration and interdisciplinary activity. Our main goal is to develop novel materials and provide our graduates with some very good career prospects. So we expect, even after a 2-year postgraduate program, if you're not a material science, to have an integrated view of materials, combining structure and composition with properties and performance of materials. The program is addressed mainly to science and engineering graduates. The selection committee looks at undergraduate degree. You have to have the proper background in order to follow this program. Of course, undergraduate grades, scores, courses related to material science, recommendation letter, motivation letter, an interview, any other document that can prove scientific excellence and quality, and of course sufficient knowledge of English, are required for admission. Now we have a open call for applications. The deadline is May 27th, with interviews on June 3rd, most probably online interviews. There will be another deadline in September. Like every year, there's call for applications twice a year. So the program is free. There's no tuition fees. Full-time participation is required. There are possibilities for limited financial assistance. There are scholarships from University of Crete, funded by some individuals or organizations. One of them is the power transmission operator for work related to clean energy and environment. There is very, very limited sporadic financial assistance for teaching assistantships. And of course, there's competitive research programs. Sometimes master students do participate. It's not only PhD students, but also master students participate in these programs. The program, of course, is in English, starting this year 100%. It was always both in Greek and English. Both languages were allowed. Starting this September, it will be exclusively in English. It lasts 2 years, roughly. The first year there is courses, and the second year research and graduate thesis. Here is a transparency. I didn't know if you can see, but it shows that people mainly from material science and engineering, physics and chemistry are among the applicants, but there's also all kinds of engineering, mechanical engineers, electrical engineers, mathematics graduate, and these are people that managed to succeed in the program. So the curriculum, basically the first and second semester is 30 ECTS in each semester. Mandatory courses in material science, there's 2, and roughly 1 or 2 elective courses per semester. And the second year is totally dedicated to this research project with a dissertation and defense at the end. So the mandatory courses that master students have to take the first year are solid materials, theoretical material science, soft matter, and biomaterials, biomolecules. Typically there's 2 or 3 more courses elective that you have to take during the first year, and our graduate students also participate in teaching with a few hours per week in the lab or in exercise classes for undergraduate courses. Of course, there's the departmental colloquia, and we ask our students, our graduate students, to follow them roughly every week. So there's a long list of elective courses. This is very indicative here. You can see that you can choose among solid state physics, nanomaterials, theory, polymers, photonic materials, magnetic materials, biomaterials, biomolecules, optics. So there is a long list of elective courses every year, and among them, there's a lot from other departments of the School of Science and Engineering here at the University of Crete. So what you have to do the second year is find a supervisor, which could be a faculty member of the department or of some other department, or even another university or research center, researcher from a research center, who is going to supervise your dissertation project, the research project, and the writing. At the end, there is a oral presentation before a 3-member committee. We also encourage very much research, so 5 ECTS are possible from referee journal publications, and 2 ECTS for international conference presentations. The faculty of the department has an excellent research record, and according to the standard and well-established indices, there is funding from competitive research programs. For the second year, it's possible. There is collaborations with a lot of institutions abroad and in Greece, particularly here in Crete, here in Heraklion, with Foundation of Research on Technology, Hellas, 4th. There is a very, very close relationship and synergy. You can find more on our website about the research activity of the professors. What I would like to show you here is just some pictures from recent publications to get a flavor of what kind of research is performed here. So you can see this ranges from novel solar cells to catalysts, new polymers, biomimetics, materials for batteries. You can see the future devices of optoelectronics. Some of them may be in the market a few years later, using totally novel materials and processes. And of course, there is a very, very large component of biomaterials, which are useful in medicine, dental applications, in osteogenesis, etc. The department is determined to push in this direction even more of biomaterials because there is a lot of demand. Well, there are independent evaluations, of course, of the department and the graduate programs. I will just mention that besides being highly ranked in the standard university ranking lists, our department has excellent reviews from the external evaluators. And about the master's and the PhD program, it's clear what they find is that they are driven by excellence in research, which is reflected in the impressive number of publications in international high-impact journals. In terms of research, there is some less well-known lists, which prove what we think in terms of research. We're close to the top 20 internationally, and the European level at the top 10 in terms of research. So all this is excellent for our master's students. They get several distinctions. I just showed something here recently for the best master's thesis on a national competition. This is a very sloppy search of jobs for our graduates. We know more. We know a lot of success stories. Some of them are on our webpage. But what we found by looking at LinkedIn, for example, where we found 55% of our master's graduates, we found that 60% of the people are in academia and 40% in industry. This is because a lot of our students move on to PhD studies. And also I was surprised personally to find that more than half of the students work in Greece, both in academia and industry. So here's some of our graduates, which are also presented on our webpage. Some of them are in research, in academia, and some others are in companies. In this specific case, both are biomedical application companies. So what I can assure you, it's very subjective what I say here, but it's high-level theoretical and hands-on laboratory training here at our department. Starting point is scientific curiosity in graduate studies, then it's research, and a lot of people eye to new application and technologies. You will find a personalized interest by highly motivated and dedicated researchers. All of our faculty are research-oriented. There are jobs apparently in industry. Besides research, there's always industry. And what I find very nice is that you can participate in the generation of scientific knowledge for something beneficial and with a positive impact on society. Clean energy, renewable sources, storage, environment, with recycling, water purification, electronics, optoelectronics, ICT technologies in general, improving all this, and biomedical applications. We would like to think that also your career opportunities, both in academia and industry, improve dramatically. These are the professors of the department, and you can again find on our webpage their emails, their phone numbers. Contact anyone if you have any question. These are our lab teaching personnel, all of them with PhDs, our technicians and our secretaries. And you'll find us in Heraklion. It's the biggest city in Crete. Very close to Knossos. I will not show pictures of Crete as a tourist destination. This is very well known. These are just pictures of our buildings. We are located in the mathematics, computer science, chemistry, physics, and biology departments. A lot of our staff are also at Fourth, which is a campus next to our campus at the University of Crete. And if you want further information, you can contact our department. This is our mailing address, the graduate program secretary, Mr. Strategis or Mrs. Makraki. Myself, this is my email and phone number, or any of the graduate studies committee members that help a lot. This is also, you can find their email on the web page. And let me remind you that there is currently an open call with a deadline, application deadline May 27th. It's online submission at this address. Now, I would like to ask you if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Thank you. Okay, this is our contact info. If you have no questions now, you can always get back to us. Our webpage is under construction, especially the graduate studies part, but you will find the basic information. Okay. Thank you very much. And bye.